Welcome to our presentation for Arabic pop culture. My name is Noor Sayed.
And my name is Mona Al-Hafez. And today our topic is going to be on food in relation to Arabic culture.
The Middle East is a group of countries that range from North Africa through Asia. You will find that many dishes have the same name across the Middle Eastern countries, yet they might taste entirely different depending on the region. They can contain different herbs and spices, some with lamb and others with beef, or with cheeses instead of the meat. These differences are driven by the availability of native ingredients, what was traded in the region, and what was offered in the marketplace in the past. In essence, Middle Eastern food today is a culinary collage defined by its past.
So food is an integral part of family celebrations, special days of honor, and festivals in the Arab world. So Muslims do not eat any form of pork or meat that has been slaughtered without mentioning the name of God. Another dietary regulation for Muslims is that they do not drink alcohol or consume food flavored with alcohol, although any other non-Muslims in the Arab world are free to eat whatever they would like.
We surveyed people in downtown city of Ottawa. Many did not want to be videotaped and included in the video, but still helped us complete the survey and answered a question. As seen on the table on the left, the simple question that was asked to these civilians is, what is the first food that you can think of when I say Middle Eastern food? As seen on the pie chart to the right, 47% of the people said that shawarma was the first thing that came to mind. Others said hummus, manakish, tabbouleh, and fattoush. Around 50 people were interviewed, and that is what we concluded in the survey.
Closely related to food in the Arabic culture is the hospitality aspect.
There is an Arabic proverb to the effect that the measure of a guest's regard for his host is the amount of food which he eats. Arabs are known for their generosity and hospitality. An Arab will offer his guest the best food and comfort that he can afford, often denying himself the deference to his guest.
And when you visit people at their home or workplace, they will generally insist that you at least have something to drink. They will also keep piling food onto your plate and insisting that you eat more. When offered a drink, guest initially refuses. Shows that the guest isn't just there to see you for something to drink or to be a burden, so they often refuse several times before accepting. Host is always generous, but don't take that as an opportunity to take advantage of that hospitality.
A lot of the cuisine in the Arab world is centered around fruits and vegetables, especially during the appetizer section of the meal. Usually the fruits are citrusy, but the vegetables come in a huge variety from cucumbers, eggplants, to green beans, to zucchinis, pickles, and much more. These vegetables are used to make Middle Eastern famous salads such as fattoush and tabbouleh. Dairy is also a huge part of the Arab diet. Typically, Arabs like milk from cows or goats that is converted to something called labne or laban, which is yogurt, or they make it into cream cheese. No matter what meals, you are likely to see a type of white cheese or laban, which might be diluted with water as part of the meal. Another very important food type for Arabs is grains. Arabs eat a lot of rice and cracked wheat, which is also called burgham in Arabic. Bread is also very important through the Arab nation. They like to spread olive oil on their bread or with labne. They also dip their pita bread in their many different types of purees, such as eggplant, chickpeas, and many more. Their cuisines also depend a lot on oil. Without oil, a lot of their food could not be cooked, especially olive oil.
So this is the presentation, Communicating Across the Table and Learning about Arab Food Etiquette. Here's the Arab world. It's comprised of about 22 different countries now, and it spans all the way from Western North Africa all the way over until the Arabian Peninsula. So it's amazing to think that so many countries speak this one language, and yet within them, they're all distinct, diverse, they all have their own dialects and their own customs. But today we're going to talk about some general things that kind of overlap the different geographical borders. Food etiquette is based on a lot of different factors: history, religion, social status, education, personal tastes, superstition, family traditions, and geography all impact what we eat. And you can see here at this photo, this is a nice Middle Eastern spread that's put on in a hotel in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. There's a famous Arabic saying that the food equals the affection, and it's kind of like the more the better. They definitely do not prescribe to the less is more. If you want to impress somebody, if you want to show them how much you think of them, you put out as much food as you possibly can. And you worry about the waste later. You just want to make a good impression and you want to get everything out there. And this has very ancient traditions. It's really important to remember when dining that you always should let your guest insist that you eat. If I were to come to you and offer you a drink, in the Arab world, it's very, very common for you to first tell me no, even if you really want the drink. Then I would have to offer it to you again, and you can still tell me no. Then I offer it to you a third time, and then you can drink, or if you are really, really polite and you still don't drink, I would set it down next to you and leave. That's the way you're supposed to offer someone food. So it's really interesting if you think of that 3 times. And it's very important because it crosses over, not only in the way we eat and drink, but to other things. If you're coming from a culture like this, where you're used to being offered something 3 times before you can say no, and you all of a sudden get plopped down into Montgomery County, and you go and someone offers you something and you say no thanks, and they take it away, imagine how that would be. And that's not just in food, that's also in other areas of our life as well. You really have to be nudged to take something and to accept something. So new immigrants have to really take it upon themselves to learn to be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more direct, not only at the table, but when they're dealing with others as well. Eating and drinking with the right hand only. This is something that has been taking place since the 7th century and since the advent of Islam. And that's because traditionally, dating back from the 7th century, people are using the right hand to eat with and the left hand to clean themselves with. So if someone uses their left hand, it's not only because the left hand has a negative connotation like in the Christian church, but also this is the hand that you wash yourself with. So it really makes people squeamish and uncomfortable. So even if you're left-handed and you're going to be a lot in the Arab world and with traditional cultures, I would suggest to really practice using your right hand. I know it's hard. Once I had surgery on my right hand and I had to practice using my left, but after a little while you get it. It's worth the payoff. And always leave extra food on your plate. If you eat all of the food on your plate in the Middle East, it means that your host did not give you enough food. And if they have the food, they'll keep filling up your plate. So you want to make sure when you're taking that you leave a little bit to show that they gave you enough, especially if it's in a community that they don't have enough food. You always want to leave enough so that they don't feel like they were bad hosts or hostesses by eating everything.
And that concludes our video presentation. Thank you for tuning in on our Arabic pop culture assignment about food.
Thanks for watching.